How's it going, guys? In this video I will show you guys a very simple 1-minute scalping strategy using a top-down analysis. So guys, let's get straight into the video. So the first indicator you will need for this strategy is an indicator called FX market session and FVG by nephew Sam. And the reason why I'm listing these two indicators is because in case you don't know how to find fair value gaps, which is called FVG for short in the market, then you need FVG by nephew Sam to help you find those FVGs in the market. Then if you don't know how to spot your Asian session, your London session, your New York session, then you definitely need FX market session or any other session indicators on TradingView to help you spot that. But on the norm I can easily find those things myself. I don't need an indicator for that. That is why I keep saying that using indicators is not bad depending on what you're using it for. All right, there are indicators that help makes your work easier, and the only time I would use indicators is because maybe I want to make my work very easy. All right, I don't use an indicator that help me buy and sell and all those BS. So let's get straight into the strategy. All right, so on the 15-minute time frame, you want to wait for a situation where price breaks above or below the Asian session during the London session. So let's assume this black line is the top here is our Asian session high, and the down here is our Asian session lows. Let me mark that real quick. Let me just point it out for you guys. Asian high, Asian highs, and our Asian low. So guys, this blue line I used in separating this part and this part. This is an example of me saying this session here is the Asian session, then this session here is a London session. All right, so during the London session we want to see the first place price breaks out from. It could be the highs, it could be the lows, but for this example we'll be using the lows. I'm giving you guys an example, and I will show you guys a real life chart and showing you guys how it's also played out on the real life chart. So as you can see, there's a break below the Asian session range on the 15-minute time frame. The next thing I would suggest you do, the next thing I would do for this strategy is I would go to the 1-minute time frame. All right, so let's assume this is a 1-minute time frame. During this breakout, this same breakout, this is what it looks like on the 1-minute time frame. And guys, what are you seeing? Like, if you are a trader that has been trading for a very long time, I believe you can see what I'm saying. There's a kind of a W pattern here, but I do not like to call it W pattern. I like to call it double bottom or double top. You see, price made equal lows. That's the best term. Price made equal lows, then price went up and took that lows out. So this is clearly a manipulation of the lows. Then price went up again and gave us a fair value gap, an FVG. So that FVG will be our entry point. I hope I'm making myself clear. So guys, I will show you guys the real live example on the chart and showing you guys what it looks like. And that's actually a trade I took last week. So let's get straight into that example. Alright guys, so this is an example of a trade I took on Friday on the 17th February 2023. As you can see, this is the Asian session. This is the Asian session highs. It's also called Tokyo. Asian highs, Asian lows. As you can obviously see here, price clearly took the lows. Like, price clearly manipulated and grabbed liquidity below this Asian session lows. Then once we see the close of this strong candlestick, guys, look, for example, you can see that there's a wick manipulation here. I will not trust this wick. I trust only the bodies. All right, when I see a body close below this Asian lows, it signifies, it has more significance to me. I'm not saying that when you see a wick manipulation is a bad setup. All I'm saying is that for this particular strategy, I prefer to see a body manipulation of the Asian session lows or highs. But there's some other strategies I use that I have to see a wick, or it could be a body or whatever. But for this one, I would strongly suggest you go with the body. But in case you want to go with a wick, if you can back test it and get back to me and show me some results, then I would really love that, honestly. So let's just use the replay tool, and then let me show you guys what it looks like. So okay, this is my main account. I'm using the premium. I want to do some things. All right, so as you can see, price broke below. Once we see the close of this candlestick, the next thing we do is we go down to the 1 minute time frame. Once we see the close of that candlestick on the Asian session, sorry, on the 15 minutes, the next thing we do is go down to the 1 minute time frame to start looking for our entry. So price, this is the lowest point price got to during the London session on the 15 minute time frame. Price went up, danced around, came back and touched. Let me just zoom in this a little bit. As you can see, price came back and made an equal lows to the T and went back up. And I forgot to mention something during that that example I showed you guys with the lines and all that. You can see price came back, made double lows and took these highs. The highest point price got to during the double the formation of this double bottom, this equal lows. Price came back, took that highs out and came crashing down. And as you can see, there's a beautiful manipulation here. Manipulation, let me just show you what it looks like. Let me just zoom, let me just extend this. So you can see price took the lows of this equal lows. Price took it, and the next thing, price just went completely nuts to the upside. So my entry will be on this fair value gap. So this green box you can see in the middle here, this green box, you can see there's a red one above here. But because we are not looking to sell, I wouldn't take this trade. But you can see even with a sell, it worked. I'm not saying every FVG will work. Obviously, it wouldn't. But be careful. Have a proven strategy. Even this one I'm showing you guys, please go and back test it and be sure you are comfortable with this strategy. So I would suggest you take a 1 to 1.5 or a 1 to 2 max, a 1 to 2 maximum. And because I'm seeing an FVG here, price could react to this, so I would be, if it's in the live market, if this was the live market, I would have taken partials, maybe 1 to 1 or 1 to 0.5, and move my stop loss to break even, and let trade run to 1 to 2 or 1 to 1.5. It depends, guys. It depends on your own preference of money management. So guys, let me just, in case you don't know what the fair value gap is, this is it on my chart here. FVG by nephew Sam is the one that indicates this FVG box for me. This is the indicator that is printing, that is showing this FVG on my chart. If I should hide it, you can see the FVG is gone. So I can spot this myself. All I have to do is look for the gap in price. This is a displacement in price. There's no wick here. So this is what forms an FVG. Another example of an FVG that didn't show up or has been taken out is this one. So I can easily find it myself. I do not need that indicator. It's just for you guys that don't know how to find it. All right. So for your stop loss, I would suggest I did my. I forgot to mention, guys, your stop loss shouldn't be slightly below this FVG zone here. Your stop loss should be slightly below this, the manipulation of the lowest point during the manipulation. So your stop loss should be just there, and your take profit should be 1 to 1.5. So let's play this out, and let's see if price hits TP. Alright, so as you can see, price hits our take profit for a 1 to 1.5, and if you had gone for more, so 1.9, let's just say a 2 to 1. Let's see if price got to 2 to 1. Alright, I believe price didn't. Oh, price did, guys. Price did. So it went for a 2 to 1. Oh, but I would suggest a 1 to 1.5 is good for a start. Then if you're comfortable with the strategy, then you can target more. Break even means you move your stop loss to your entry at 1 to 1 or a 1 to 0.5. So guys, that's all for this strategy. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram or drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It's your boy XO Tobina, and I'm signing out.